Welcome, friends. Sorry I'm all sweaty. It's kind of warm out here. If you don't know it yet, I'm a really busy guy. That's why I'm not able to do as many things as I'd like to do. But, I try to live humbly. That big truck back there is the most expensive thing I ever bought as far as an automobile. No, the race car is not an automobile, so don't even go there. But I feel like I'm continuously working. And usually I work to try to keep those around me just content and happy. Sometimes you can't do that, Sometimes being happy and content is unreachable. And I guess that brings me to the question. Squirrel. That song, who was it? Moody Blues. Amazing too. Anyway, the question. So let me premise that with a story. Many years ago, I was running like a Friday night and Saturday night at the track, roundy rounds, dirt track. Friday night, my left front wheel parts went. Car broke bad. Not from a hit, just from, I guess you would say, fair wear and tear. Regardless, the next day was Saturday night. I was supposed to run at the other track on Saturday night. Spent all day, Sunday, working on this car, trying to get it ready for, the Saturday night race. The later in the day that it got, the hotter it got, of course. It was probably close to 100 degrees. And I was trying to put the final piece of the puzzle together, and it wouldn't go. It just wouldn't go. I'll just admit it. It was the wheel. The wheel wouldn't go on the car that I just put all this spindle and brakes and everything else on. And I had two other cars I'd already committed to running these guys to the track. And, at the time, I just felt like I was under a tremendous amount of pressure. It was hot. The car, I tried 4 different wheels. I'd given up. At which point in time, I pretty much lost my cool. Kicked the fuck out of the car, kicked it down off the jack stands, threw the wheel on the hood, threw the hammer into the door. I mean, it was ugly. It was really ugly. I lost it, absolutely lost it. Well, I said, let's just load this first car. I'm not going to race tonight. I don't give a fuck. I'm done. And so we loaded the first car. And, by the time I got back to the yard, these people, my friends, my companions, they had put my car back together. Not much to put together, really, but I'd had it. And they recognized that. And they rallied. And they got it put together, knowing that I was probably going to pass them anyway. We ran the second car back to the track, and I picked up mine, made it in time for the race, and had a good night. But, I felt symbolically that these people had reached down and grabbed my arm and picked me up off the ground. It was really meaningful. And it made a change up here and here. That, those things that really set me off, not that big of a deal. Really not that big of a deal. Which I'll circle back to that. Kind of turns out it might have been. I don't know. But I want to ask, this is the question. Have you ever had a point in time that you have lost it? Just said, I'm done, I'm finished, and had somebody pick you up and help you out and bring you back? Because, once you see red, it's hard. That's a hard thing to step back from and reflect right then and there. You can't, you're out of it because of the adrenaline's going to your brain, and you got the monkey brain going on. You're not thinking at all. It's supposed to be lime and prickly pear. I don't know. But circling back, several years ago, I was with my son at the gas station. We were walking out, and he turned around, and he's talking to these kids. So I just go ahead and get in the truck, fire the truck up. I'm sitting there waiting, and he gets in the truck, and I said, "Oh, did you go to school with those guys?" No. Do you know them? Are they friends of yours? No. Well, what was the conversation all about? Well, they were asking about you. What do you mean, me? Why were they asking about me? Now I'm, guilty conscience, thinking I've done something wrong. Oh, well, you're the Osborne legend, Dad. I was like, what? And I kind of had to do a double take. And these kids, well, I call them kids. They were teenagers, but they grew up watching me race, watching us, the people I run with, watching us all race. And it makes an impact. So, yeah, in a sense, you got to make the show. You got to get there. And does it ripple? Do you cause an impact? And I guess the answer is yes, you do. But is it so important to make it to a show? I know, there's people that, you got paid shows, right? I lose money. I don't do that to generate revenue. But there's finances involved, but I don't think that it's so important that if you can't make it to a certain event, that you lose all hope and just lose your mind over the whole ordeal. And then, of course, you look back in reflection and realize, I probably could have handled that differently. Kicking my car off jack stands and throwing the tire rim on the hood and beating the shit out of the door. Not the best side of me. Not the best side of me. But that was a long time ago, and that moment when I returned and realized what these people had done for me, just to, make sure that I could make it, just blew me away. But I want to know if you've ever experienced anything like that, because it's changing, it really is. Anyway, I hope you all have a great week. I'm going to continue to work. My apologies. It's that time of year. Everybody needs something, and I can't do this until this is finished, and I can't do that until that other thing's finished, and it all just piles up, and you gotta play catch up. Have a great week. Love y'all.